Came with Tyrese last year, middle of the year, he sort of started to make his turn. What are you expecting from him in terms of another league this year? What role do you see him playing?
You're talking about Tyrese? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think just seeing what he was able to produce for us at the end of last year, is very promising to what we did out of him this year. And I think just seeing the work he's done throughout the summer and in the preseason, he's come a long way, and it's really shown just the difference from freshman year going to sophomore year when he's going to be able to do for us. And he just looks so much more poised and comfortable out on the court and knows what he's doing. It's great to have that in a point guard.
What has he grown at most this summer? You say he's grown at?
I think just his he reminds me a lot of Jamal Murray. Just with how he's moving on the court, like he makes the right reads. And it's really great to see him. Fun to play with.
Particularly on his defense last year, he became a great on-ball defender as the year went. He got better. How did you see him change in that way? How did the work he did in practice?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the consistent work he did, like you said, coming in early or staying late. He had a lot of potential to grow last year, and he did that this year. And I think going into this year, he's going to be a lot more ready for to do an even better job with his defense and on-ball control.
Coach Shire just said comfort can make you soft. How tough is it to not rely on last year's success, especially at home, not losing there, and just assuming that things are going to kind of be the way, pick up where they left off?
Yeah. Well, I think especially for just playing at home, of course, being undefeated at home is a great feeling, and I think what's going to push us this year is to want to do it again. Not being like, oh yeah, we are going to do it again. We're going to have to make it happen. And even with all the success we had last year, I think, even though how brutal it was to finish our season, it's still a good, game or reminder to leave off on, because that really sent me a sign, a signal that no one's going to feel bad for us, and it's tough out there. Either go be a dog or get dogged, really. So that's what we're going to have to do this year.
With the scrimmages and the practices you guys have already kind of going through, is there anything that you could take from it that gives you an idea of what the season could look like with the team? Did you notice something last year that kind of was indicative of how last year went, and you think you could take the same thing this year from the experience you've had preseason?
For sure. I think just with the guys we have coming back, we have a lot of experience. We've been through it together, which is good. We haven't been through it, separate. We've gone through it together, so we can rely on each other, especially when times get tough. We can, help the freshmen out, tell them, what to expect, things like that. And I think just having that sense of recognition, we can use that to our advantage. Not, like you said, get too comfortable with it where it'll be bad for us.
And make out recently versus AP All-Americans. What's the excitement with just knowing you're going to match up against him 2 times during the season?
Yeah, it's definitely a great feeling for sure. I mean, last year for me, no one really had me on any list in the preseason polls, and now seeing after a year what they have me on, but that doesn't mean I should expect it or get complacent or anything. I should still do what I did last year in order to prove everyone the potential I have, and being able to go up against another preseason All-American, it's definitely a challenge. I'm looking forward to going against, and it's going to be a great UNCG battle like always.
A lot of familiar faces, but how does the dynamic of this team change from last year, having been together for a year, and also your coach now also having done this for a year?
Yeah, I think just having that experience will definitely help us going into this year. We can't let it get us complacent or too cocky, thinking we've been through it before, so we're not gonna let history repeat itself. But that's exactly how history will repeat itself, and I think just going out there and not feeling sorry for anyone or expecting anything in return. I think doing that, we're gonna go out there and get a lot of things done.
How have things been with your recovery? You said that you recovered really quickly, far quicker than you expected. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I mean, it's for me. I was just going how my body was leading me, and apparently it's I was a few weeks, a month or so ahead of the normal timeline, and I mean that's just really a shout out to the training staff at Duke. I was working with a couple of guys there every day all summer, and Nick helped me a lot with my movements and getting my body back to where it should be and even better. So I mean, I just have him to thank for all the help he did.
What do you see as the biggest differences, the biggest noticeable things now that you've had that?
Yeah, I think just the range of motion I have with my hips, being able to get a wider stance, get lower. I'm definitely more explosive. I feel that too, which is a great feeling. And that's going to help me in terms of on the defensive side and also offensive side, just being more quicker as well.
Kyle, this isn't necessarily a Duke question, but like a college basketball question. You've kind of grown up in the NIL era. What do you see difference-wise from NIL in the men's game and the women's game?
I mean, I'm still trying to get used to some of the things myself with NIL. I don't think it'll really be, there will never not be questions about it. But I mean, it's really great to see, how well it turned out for the women's college basketball this past year, especially when the tournament came around with, all these big names and big faces playing, and I mean, most views in college women's basketball history for the championship as well. So it's great to see some success and recognition come their way as well, because it's not just us playing this game. It's everyone, and I think everyone deserves that equal opportunity.
Do you feel like their opportunities are more brand oriented compared to like men's, where a lot of NIL stuff on the men's side is kind of just like collective based? Do you feel like theirs kind of connects and brings out their personalities, which allows the game to kind of grow a little bit?
I definitely think that for the women, they do have a lot of brand partnerships that, like you said, brings out the personalities. But I mean, I definitely think for the men, we also have people that do some brand partnerships as well, like I did last year. And I think, I'm not sure if it is as much or not, but we're still able to, like, I know for me, I'm able to do some partnerships with some brands. I know that will have a nice expression to my personality.
A lot of people want to change NIL. I mean, politicians, coaches will voice their opinions. If you could make one change to how things are that you think would be better for the athletes, what would it be?
I mean, I think what we have going right now is great. It just gives so much freedom and independent choices for the athletes, and I think just becoming more aware with the pros and cons of it will definitely help out. I'm not really sure if right now I would change anything, because I'm just grateful for having this opportunity right now.
Going back to Baycott, sorry, reporting for the UNC student paper, so sorry for all the Tar Heel questions, but what's the hardest thing about defending him?
I think last year just his size. He's he's a big guy. He's been at UNC for 4 years now. So he's gone up against a lot of different guys here at Duke, and I think just not letting his inside play get the best of me per se, with getting the right position and things like that.
And I know Shire's talked a lot about the scout with him. You kind of have to fight him early. Can you break that down for him?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, just not letting him get the best position inside the paint. Not letting him hit me first. Just making it harder for him to get a good position in the paint.
Yeah. And any specific memories from that matchup, like some trash talk, anything that you can share?
No, I don't think so, really. I mean, he seemed like a pretty quiet guy when playing him. And he didn't really have much of a personality expression on the court, which isn't a bad thing. But yeah.
Last year, you guys win the ACC tournament. You're one kind of box call away from winning the regular season as well. How do we improve on that this season, and what keeps you hungry for this year?
Yeah, I think just looking at our losses from this past season and realizing what we did wrong and not letting those things happen again. Obviously, there's questionable calls at Virginia Tech, places like that, but there's still other things that we could have done better, and I think just taking those things and fixing them so we turn those losses into wins, it'll definitely be good for us. But also even looking at the close games that we won, how could we not get it close? How could we get it to be a larger win and not have it be that close anymore?
The takeaway after the Tennessee game was how tough they were, and how much tougher than you guys and other teams they were. How frustrating is that, to go into an offseason hearing about how the team was tougher, because there's nothing you could really show or prove.
Yeah, I think their next game after us really tried to show how tough they were. Really, really things always come back to bite you eventually. So it is what it is for them. But I think for us, just having people say that about us, we really take that to heart as a team, and myself personally, of course, because no one's going to feel sorry for you, especially in the tournament when everyone's so desperate to win. And I think just realizing going into next year's tournament, and even just the season, you got to be desperate in order to do the dirty work, and it's gonna benefit you at the end of the year.
All right, you'll be entering your sophomore season at Duke with high expectations. What personal goals do you have, and what team goals do you have for this upcoming season?
Yeah, team goal for sure is national championship, no question about it. Nothing else. I think this is our year to do that. There's no excuses to not do it, and we shouldn't have any excuses for that. And then obviously individually, I'm just trying to play the best basketball I can. Help this team win that national championship, and then whatever accolades come or don't come, that'll be on me. And whatever accolades do come, I'll be very grateful for it, because I know I wouldn't really be like that any place else, because the coaches and my teammates have helped me so much just with the accolades I did get after this year.
How has your freshman look?
Freshmen look really good. I haven't really seen a group of freshmen, put in so much work coming in right away. I think they have a lot of potential to do great things, and they all do something different, which is so good for this team. It's going to be very unique, so we can rely on different things from each of them.
Who was the toughest matchup for you on the offensive